Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're out here in the woods behind my house, and I got something from Poor Man's Prepping. This is a company owned by a guy named Jason. And anyways, you can get gear boxes, and you know, from the videos I've seen of the unboxings and that, they usually come with some pretty decent quality gear. You know, it looked like I mean, you get a few items, not a ton of items like you do in Battle Box, but all the items that you get seem to be pretty good quality and useful stuff. Didn't seem to be like anything gimmicky or anything like you would get with the Bud K boxes, for example. So there's knife-only boxes, and those are $25 a piece. And the way that the subscription goes is, you know, you have to reorder every month. So it's not like you put in your information once and then it automatically updates, and you get it, you know, you get charged every month and you get a new box every month. You have to actually go in and purchase another box every time you want to get another one. So anyways, I didn't want to do a standard unboxing like I normally do. I actually opened this up and played with it for a couple days just to, you know, get some better information to you guys on what my initial impressions were. This box, I did want to point out, I bought it August 3rd. Jason apparently was in the midst of moving somewhere, and so he got behind on orders. Normally they go out, I think, between the 20th and 25th of the month. This one didn't come until just a few days ago. So it was about a month late. But that's okay. You know, it is what it is. So the cost is $25, and then $5 for shipping, so $30 total. So what I got this month is this Kershaw. It is the Cryo 2. I guess that's upside down. Cryo 2. And so I'll get this out of the box. Like I said, I've carried this for the past couple days just to, you know, get a sense for how I really feel about it. But anyways, there is the knife, and yeah. So there is a Cryo 1, and this one is the larger version. I believe this is a little over 3 inches in blade length. Overall is like 7 point something. I'll put the stats on the screen here. But anyways, it's very slender. You know, it's not a thick knife. But you know, the height is good, so you still get a pretty good grip. It's still not as thick as I would normally like on a knife, but you know, it is what it is. You do get a deep carry pocket clip on there, which is nice, and it is reversible left to right, and you can go tip up versus tip down. So it comes tip down right hand, and it is deep carry this way. When you flip it over, you can see where the holes are drilled there. It's not going to be deep carry anymore, so that's not so cool. It'd be nice if they could put that up a little higher, but the lanyard hole is in the way, so you know, it is what it is. So you do get the option of a flipper, or you can use the thumb studs. So the entire knife, the handle and the blade, are coated in a titanium carbonitride coating. It's very smooth, so there's really no texture or anything on it. So you know, when it gets wet, grip might be an issue. I haven't actually got it wet, so I don't know. But anyways, it does seem to be fairly stout. So you know, I haven't done any hard use with it. It's just been light use, cutting boxes and that kind of thing. But nothing, no batoning or anything like that. It does flip out super nice. It is an assisted opening knife, so spring loaded. You know, these have a retail of $72 on them, but you can actually find these a lot cheaper than that. The cheapest I could find as of this recording today was $40, $39.99 from Walmart. So significantly less than the $72 retail. I think Blade HQ had them at $44 or $45, something like that. But the action is real clean. You do get the spring engagement right there, but it's not a overly stout spring. I mean, it closes up just fine, super easy. And then, you know, like I said, the height helps you with the grip, but it is very thin. It does have a nice wide open design, so easy to clean. So let's talk about the blade a little bit. This is a Rick Hinderer design. There's not a whole lot of billboarding on it, just Kershaw on this side. Boop. And then, you got just a little bit regarding the design and everything on that side. And then a Kershaw on the pocket clip. And then China, of course. So this is not an American-made Kershaw. This is a Chinese-made. So definitely more on the budget end. But you save about $10, maybe a little bit more, depending on if you have to pay for shipping, by going with the poor man's prepping box here, the knife box. $30 versus $40. So a little bit of savings, not a huge value, but decent value. Save about 25%. All right, so back to the blade. You do have drop point. This is a hollow grind on here, and my experience has been with this. It came razor freaking sharp right out of the box, and I'll show you that here in just a minute with a cut test. But the blade material is 8CR13 MOV, which is a Chinese steel, fairly similar in performance to like an AUS 8, but a good medium grade budget steel. Definitely not anything trashy like what you get out of the Bud K boxes most of the time, a 420A or something like that. This is a pretty decent steel for the money. It'll take an edge really well. I've had a lot of knives with 8CR13 MOV steel. You can get them razor sharp, like this one came right out of the box, and they hold that edge for a pretty decent amount of time. It's not going to be super steel quality. It's not going to be S110V or anything. It's middle of the road in terms of edge retention and everything, but definitely not bad. So for a budget-oriented EDC blade, it's pretty nice. You do have some mild jimping up here on the spine, and it is functional. You don't have a finger choil or anything to choke up on it, but I don't think you really need it. You can get good grip on the blade for the detail work there. I've not seen knives that have the reversible, at least reversible left to right with the frame lock. Normally it's just right hand only unless they flip the lock bar over to the other side, but in this case you can have it with right hand lock bar but left hand pocket clip. So that's a little different from what I've seen on other knives. The thumb studs work out just fine. It's a little bit more difficult on the left to get a hold of it and flip it out. I tend to not get a full lockout when I've been doing it with my left hand for some reason, and I think it's just because it's harder for me to get my thumb under there, so I don't get a good flip. You can see, on this side you have more depth to get your thumb under there than on this side. It's very, very tight, so you can basically get your fingernail under there, and that's about it. So not ideal for left-handers using the thumb studs, but the flipper is my preferred action on this anyways, so not a huge deal. It's it's fairly light. Not light like titanium or anything. This is I think it's 410 steel is what the handle's made out of, but it's not overly heavy. I'd say it's probably in the middle of the road as it comes to weight on these budget knives, but pretty decent. I definitely wouldn't like the Cryo 1. I think the Cryo 1 would be too small. This seems to be about the right size for an EDC blade. So with that said, let's get some paper. All right, so we got some just standard printer paper here, but you can see, whoop, that was me. You can see how freaking sharp that is. Makes razor thin little curlies. Anyways, razor sharp. And like I said, you know, I've only done some light casts with this over the past couple days, so nothing crazy. You wouldn't expect it to lose any of its edge, but anyways, there you go. Pretty nice edge. Actually, beautiful edge right out of the box. No complaints whatsoever on that front. You know, it does appear to have a 90-degree on the spine here, so we can try and see if we can get any sparks going with the ferro rod. Let's try that out with that. So anyways, that's it for today. You guys let me know if this is something you'd like to continue to see on the channel. Just leave a comment down below if you'd like me to buy any more of the knife boxes from Poor Man Prepper, or Poor Man's Prepping, excuse me, and see what we get. See if we get some more cool stuff. So thanks again for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, share the video if you like, and we'll see you next time.